for you. Start bench advice, trade advice, buy low, sell high, you name it. When you jump in the room, give a shout out to the community. And looks like Fresh is in the house. First person to comment, Fresh, from Twitter. Attaboy representing Twitter, Fresh. 16-0 says Smitty, what's up? Glad to see you in here. Now YouTube's jumping in. How did Twitter get a jump on you YouTube people? What's up, Mark Cleveland? Sorry I'm a little late tonight. Wesley, Jordan, Ugly, Frake in the house. Let me throw you guys on screen, give you the proper shout out. Watkins, Masonite, Official, Jez, what's going on? Ugly, I mentioned you. Fresh, Jordan, I can't even keep up with you. Mark Cleveland in the house. Abe is here. James is here. Uzi, Ball is Life. Alex Cruz, glad you're here. Smitty, I traded Ingram and AJ Green for McLaurin. What do you think? I think that could be even. I don't think you creamed him. I don't think he creamed you. I think it could, Ingram could have a big week 3. I think in a spotlight on Monday night, as you can see down in the corner here. At home, Baltimore gonna probably be in it the whole game. I think Baltimore maybe sneaks out a win in this one, and I think everyone is gonna eat on Monday night. I think it's gonna be a high-scoring affair. Lamar and Mahomes and Lamar going to go at it all game long. Spotlight, great NFL story. I mean, anything could happen. It could be like a low-scoring game. That happens too, but hopefully not. What's wrong with A.J. Brown? Should I trade him? No, Abe. You're not going to get anything for him. Everybody and their mother's doubting him. So, no. Is this live? Yes, Damon. This is live. Of course this is live. That's how I roll on Saturday nights. Glad to have you here, Damon. A-Rob or Keenan Allen? I'm going Keenan Allen until further notice. Landry, Judy, Cooks, Lazard, Joshua Kelly season could be... Could be. Let's see what happens. Joshua Kelly going to get more and more carries as the season moves along. I think 20 plus carries in week 2, so you got to like that. I think Kelly is in for a pretty big game and rest of the season. What's going on? Thank you for the like, Petty. I appreciate you being in the house. Also a new sleeperu.com right here, sleeperu.com member. So subscribe to that if you haven't already. Super chat by Dylan, super chat by Damien. Let's get to these real quick, and then we'll get through some predictions and start bench stuff. Dylan says Hunt versus Washington or McKinnon versus the Giants. It's pretty hard. I like McKinnon. McKinnon's an attractive play, especially if you're in a bind. But you can't sit a guy like Kareem Hunt, who's actually outscoring Nick Chubb through 2 games heading into, you can't, you got to roll with the guy that's number 7 or 8 in scoring, running back scoring in your league. You can't, I think, go off of a whim that, McKinnon's gonna maybe get all the work. Will San Fran do something weird and not run him like we think they're gonna run him? I mean, McKinnon's a great flex play, but Hunt's almost running back 2 worthy. So, Dylan, I'm not going to tell you to sit Kareem Hunt. I just can't. Not that I don't like McKinnon in your roster or in your lineup somehow. Damon, Singletary, or Kelly. I'm going to go with Kelly for volume. The volume's there for right now. Not that can't change. Not that I don't feel ultra confident about that, because I think Singletary could have a big day, to be quite frank. Maybe find a way to get both in your lineup, but my assumption is that you have more secure guys in front, and you have to make that call, or you wouldn't have asked it. You would have super chatted it. So I'm going to say Kelly, 20-something carries. That's pretty secure. Wilson, a possible sleeper this week. That's kind of why Just Sherman. I told, was it Damon, whoever just asked that? Sorry, I already forgot who asked the question. But McKinnon versus Kelly. I'm going Kelly because we don't know if McKinnon, or no, it was Hunt. Hunt versus Kelly. No, Hunt versus McKinnon. Get it right. Can't even get my own show straight. It was Hunt versus McKinnon, and this is exactly why, Just Sherman, because Wilson could get in. We don't know what the hell is going to happen. That's why I'm not banking on McKinnon over the number 7 or 8 running back in fantasy football in Kareem Hunt. He's just a much safer play. CeeDee Lamb or Gallup in full PPR. I think Gallup's safer. You want to go safe, go Gallup. I see him scoring as long as he's healthy. There's no news in the morning that suggests he won't play, something like that. Gallup is safer, but CeeDee Lamb will eventually eat and become what I believe to be a locked-in top 15 overall player, potentially heading into 2021 drafts, but maybe more by midseason. So, a year and a half, he'll be at that value. But I think CeeDee Lamb's your higher risk, higher reward play in this one. He's also somebody that you won't lose sleep at night, putting him on your bench as a rookie. He's going to be up and down. Gallup is more secure and proven. And, if Lamb outscores Gallup, you probably won't lose any sleep. If you put Gallup on the bench and he has 2 TDs, you might lose more sleep at night. So safer play is Gallup, but get ready for Lamb. Lamb's going to be elite in the NFL. He's going to be so good. Damon Money Balls Clayton back doing the super chatting as he likes to do on a Saturday night. Damon, I appreciate you keeping the lights on here at the Fantasy Football Show. This was $5, was just for being Smitty. Good night, Buck. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you, Damon Money Balls Clayton. I appreciate you, big man. Don't look so frustrated. This looks like the man that owns AJ Green right here. Everybody and their mother is coming to me left and right saying, not only Smitty, are we worried about AJ Green, which is a frustrating enough question all in itself, but are we giving up on AJ Green? What do I do with AJ Green? Should I trade AJ Green low? Should I cut AJ Green, which is when I hit that button? No question about it. You come to me with something degrading like not putting any respect on AJ Brown's name, you're getting.
Take a lap.
I mean, give me a break. We're literally. I understand we had the Thursday night game played. Let's take that out. We literally have had 2 weeks of action. AJ Brown played in week 1. AJ Brown played well in week 1. AJ Brown didn't get great stats. I'm saying he played well. He was running down the sideline completely wide open with his arm in the air, and Tannehill couldn't hit him. I only have about a week and a half more of this cat, and then I'm back in my studio, so I apologize for the damn cat. He screams constantly. AJ Brown was fine in week 1. He just didn't get thrown the football at the right time by Tannehill, who's playing well, so I'm not worried about Tannehill. I'm not worried about that part, but AJ Brown will be fine. Buy low on AJ Brown. AJ Brown's a great buy low right now. So nobody freak out about AJ Brown. I'm getting almost like I'm not tired of it. I like it because in a way it gives me content to give to you guys. Go buy low on AJ Brown. AJ Brown's a steal right now. That's all good stuff. Like, that's good content. That's good for you. You don't want everything to be par for the course. You want opportunities to arise, like buying AJ Brown low. Shut up, cat. Take a lap, cat.
Take a lap.
Jordan, hype for the stream. Thank you, Jordan. Ready to drop super chats. I love to hear that. The cat loves to hear that. Super chat by Manny Fresh. Thank you, Manny. If you have a question, post it. I'll look for it. No question. Here it is. I found it, Manny. I'm quick. I'm quick like that. I'm not always so astute to the chat and correlating it all. But here we go. I got it, Manny. Edelman or Kelly? It's hard to sit Edelman off of that big game. I'm not going to lie. Like, Edelman's probably your safer play on its face right now, but Kelly got 20-something carries last week. I feel like I almost have to rephrase it. They're both safe. They're both really safe. Edelman worries me a little more because I could see him posting a 4-catch for 40-yard game right after having that big outing in week 2. Whereas Kelly, I feel like he's going to get enough volume. The volume will probably be there. It's 0.5 PPR, which leans more toward Kelly because his carries, it's touchdown opportunities versus Edelman getting 4 catches for 40 yards. That's 4 points, or that's 6 points or whatever your scoring is, versus it being 8. If it was PPR, full PPR, that's 8 points. 4 catches for 40 yards is still 8 points. It's a good game. But in half PPR, cut that reception category and half. I'm leaning Kelly, but you trust your gut. It's close enough to say trust your gut. Jack, half PPR, CD Lamb. Thank you, Jack, for the super chat. Boyd, Jeff Wilson, Henderson. I'm going to lean Boyd. I like Hendy. You guys know I love Hendy, but I hate his situation. I don't know what we're looking at. I like that if you own him and stash him, I like that. But I don't know that I'm ready to put him out there in favor of Boyd. Go Boyd. CD's probably my number 2 of this if you're faced with a dilemma in the morning where you want to start both of 2 of these guys and you have to. Then I'll rank them Boyd, CD in that order if you need that. If that helps you down the road. Dylan with a super chat. Trade Mahomes plus Hunt for Kamara, Jacobs, or D-Hop. So Mahomes and Hunt for Kamara and Jacobs or Kamara and D-Hop. That's how I read that. Running backs are Mixon, JT, JK, Hunt. Wide receivers are Galladay, Hollywood, Chark. You're going to trade Chark for Cam after. Trade Chark for a Cam after. Oh, man, this is hard to break down. I mean, bottom line is if you have a serviceable quarterback, if you can get Cam, if that's what you're saying, Dylan, or you have a Roethlisberger, then yeah, I mean, as much as I love Mahomes, you're getting rid of Hunt. I like Hunt a lot too. You know how much I love Hunt. But the fact that Hunt could be hit and miss, maybe he doesn't play to the level we think he'll play all year long. I mean, he's a risky guy to bank on getting you what he's getting you right now. Like what Hunt's doing, I expected him to do in spots, and I expected him to win you a league if Chubb goes down. But counting on top 7 running back numbers out of Hunt all year long, I think you sell on that, and you're doing that. Mahomes and Hunt for Kamara and Jacobs or Kamara and Hopkins. I like either one of those. Given your running backs, I wouldn't. You got JT. I assume you can start 3 running backs. You have Mixon. I mean, you're going to put yourself in a dilemma if you get both of the running backs right now. You could use Galladay, Hollywood, and Hopkins. I'd probably go that route, even though Jacobs feels a little bit higher ranked if I was drafting today. But I think I for sure go after Kamara and Hopkins if I can pull that off. Dylan, thank you for the super chat. Young man, I appreciate that. Where are we at on the super chats? Good night, said Damon Moneyball Williams. Already got Jordan's. Thank you again, Jordan. I appreciate it. He's ready to roll. I got that one. I went Boyd CD. I just answered that one from Dylan. Thank you again, Dylan. I got Derek right here on the queue. I've got Rock out in the queue. I've got, look at this one by Xavier. Xavier, you're taking a lap for that one.
Take a lap. Take a lap.
Xavier's taking a lap for a 20 spot. Xavier, take a victory lap, bro. Appreciate you. Xavier with another one. Wipe your feet, says Xavier. I'm just loading these super chats in and then I'm getting to them, so I apologize for the wait. All right, let me answer this in order in which they were received. Derek, I have Dak as my QB, so if Lamb does better than Gallup, shouldn't matter. Plus, I have Eckler and Joshua Kelly starting. Okay, Derek. Dak is your QB. I like the stack. The stack feels good. I'm feeling Lamb and Gallup are both going to do okay, but I just see, and I could be wrong, Derek. I apologize if I'm wrong. I can't get everything right. And this is a total, like, on a whim, like, seat of my, edge of my seat, total guesswork. There's no science here at all with this one, Derek. But I close my eyes. Let me see. This is the only music I have queued up here until I get in the studio. Close my eyes. I envision Gallup. 2 TDs, Derek. I don't know why. I just see it. Rock. McKinnon or Josh Kelly at flex, full PPR. Got Eckler as well. This is a tough one. In this case, I might lean McKinnon because I'd want to lay off some of the risk of what if that running game doesn't do anything at all for or on the ground for the Chargers. I'd probably go McKinnon and Eckler. Kelly and Eckler seems risky, but Rock, also depends on the rest of your options. If you could post what else you have, I might be able to kind of sway myself into going both of the running backs. Maybe Kelly's your third player. your third running back, and then I feel a little bit better about it for whatever reason. But that's a tough one. I think safer plays to divide it up a little bit. Go McKinnon and Eckler. Or, I mean, trade. I don't know, Rocky, if you have time to make a trade. Jordan traded Robinson and Diggs for Clyde Edwards.
Take a lap.
Jordan, that's not for you.
Take a lap.
That's for your league mate.
Take a lap. Take a lap.
I mean, I need a victory song in here. What song can I play for victory? This this is it. What's up, Lou? Lou in the house, baby. What's up, Lou? Diggs or Slayton? I go Diggs by a lot. This is the sad song. The sad song for Jordan's friend. Jordan blasted his buddy. Just completely blasted. I love how I have the metronome recorded in that clip. You can hear the metronome. Jordan, you blasted your butt. Like, how is your buddy even friends with you anymore? Like, did you realize you were going to sacrifice your relationship when you made this trade? Clyde Edwards-Helaire for Diggs and Robinson. It's unbelievable. 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 I'm missing the super chats here. Okay, I need to get to Xavier. Xavier. Good to see you, Smitty. Kitty, shh. When's the studio coming again? It's right behind this wall. Everything's pretty much like in place other than electrical outlets being screwed in, the carpet being put down, and then the inspector coming. That could take a week and a half. It could take 4 days. I'm at the mercy of the city and my contractor that's going to make all that line up and become a smooth process, hopefully down the next. So I'm guessing Friday or Saturday of this coming week, so less than 7 days, so 5-6 days, it'll be done. And then it's like, when's the inspector coming? Is it going to be Monday? Will it be Tuesday? I don't know. But let's see here. Okay, I know it sounds crazy, but if I wanted to sell Woods with Thielen being my only good, trustworthy wide receiver, who do you think is buying Woods? Woods with Thielen. Mike Thomas and somebody. Both of them for Christian McCaffrey. If you can weather through maybe one loss. If anybody going after McCaffrey and Mike Thomas right now, you're a smart individual if you can weather it. If you're 2 wins right now and 0 losses, or even 1-1, and you think you can be 50-50 here on out, you know, and especially if you know your league, and if everybody's like, guys, I see the super chats, I will get to them, I'm going to throw them on the screen, don't worry. If you're like 1-1 right now, but you know everybody else is on like 2-0 teams or whatever in your division, and you know you can make it work, go after McCaffrey, go after Mike Thomas. These are the trades I make using a Woods, using a Thielen, especially if you can get like a Zach Moss back, who I still very much believe will eventually be a starter in fantasy football, even if it's flex worthy type. J.K. Dobbins is doubted now by so many because Gus Edwards is getting work, and Ingram, and then Ingram had a touchdown run last week. You can maybe get Mike Thomas and J.K. if J.K. somehow, ironically, on the roster of this individual. That's what I attack. Galladay is worrying people. Go after Galladay. A.J. Brown, not saying I would trade him straight up, but A.J. Brown with another player. These are the things you can do. Use the injuries, use the slumping players to your advantage. That's how you're gonna get one over on everybody. Let me drag these questions. You guys are mad tonight. This is crazy. Show Smitty love people wipe your feet. Almost said PPR. Xavier in a PPR league says, show Smitty love wipe your feet. PPR. Sit 2. I'm scanning through this because it's right in front of my face. More Galladay. Well, we got to know if Galladay's a go. If he's a go, you're starting Galladay. Unless they say he's on a total pitch count in the morning, which has been suggested as of right now. It could be, but we need to find out more tomorrow. But you're starting Moore, you're starting Mixon, and you're starting Galladay. Unless there's some uneasiness with Galladay, then you turn to Hollywood Brown. You kind of got to bench Kelly. It's unfortunate. You, Okafor, have yourself a trade dilemma on your hands. You need to trade 2 for 1 and pick up somebody and get out of that dilemma, because it's going to get you every week. Hey Smitty, what do you think about Deontay Johnson moving forward? Would it be crazy to play him over Diggs this week? Absolutely. What Diggs did in week 2, you need to put some respect on that, Casey. I'm not going to yell at you because you look like you're going to yell right back at me if that's your real photo. And I'm going to just play this coy. Casey, do not sit Diggs right now. Number one, Diggs has been inconsistent with inconsistent quarterback play. What does Diggs have right now? He has a man named Josh Allen, who is a maturing elite fantasy football athlete who now loves his new number 1 wide receiver toy, and he's going to throw to him often. I could sleep well at night putting Diggs in my lineup, Deontay outscoring him. I don't know about you, Casey. Casey, you look like you don't sleep at all. You're just out there intimidating people. But I do know that I would lose sleep at night if I put Deontay in and I watch Diggs have another big game. Don't be afraid of greatness, Casey. You've got greatness right in your hands. You look like a detective. You know, you've got the evidence right in your hands and you're about to go the other direction just because you don't want to see it come crashing down. I appreciate your super chat, Casey. You are the man. Truly. Don't yell at me. Boyd or Rojo? I go Rojo. I think we're looking at more Fournette than Rojo. Gallup or Mark Ingram? Ingram's safer. Gallup has that higher risk, but that potential 1 to 2 touchdowns at any moment. But Ingram's safer. Where am I at? Am I caught up? I think I missed several super chats. I'm going up to find them. Xavier, thank you. You guys are too kind. Too kind. I got yours. I got Casey's. Rock out. I see yours right there. Jordan, I got yours. Official, I got yours on screen. Don't worry. I'm going backwards. Damon Money Balls, I got yours. And then Gallup or Ingram, I see that. Samuel, I'm going to answer that right now. Again, Ingram safer, Gallup's higher risk, high reward. Unfortunately, there's no true answer on this one. It's just pick your poison, man. Ingram safer, Gallup has the 0 or 20 yards, or he could have 80 and 2 touchdowns. He has that kind of appeal and upside. Smitty, I'm still here, says Clayton. Thank you, Clayton, for the super chat there, and I still got your other one on screen. I'm just kind of scrolling through, making sure I don't lose any of these. And Jordan, again, bro, I want to know if you're still friends with this guy. Getting Clyde Edwards-Helaire with Robinson and Diggs. I want to know if you're still buddies. Mark Cleveland with the super chat. You guys can't even see me on the screen anymore. This is ridiculous in a good way. Okay, I think I'm caught up at least to read these and get them off the screen. Mark Cleveland. Do you like MVS? He's on waivers in a deep league. I do. This week, if Adams is officially ruled out, which I think he's extremely doubtful. If anybody knows that he got ruled out as of tonight, I haven't been on the last 30 minutes on the newswire. MVS is a good start. I'd say a really decent wide receiver 3. Legion, I see you. Singletary or Lamb. I think Singletary's a little bit higher risk, but maybe a touch more ceiling this week. Lamb's safer. There's no real answer there, to be honest with you, man. It's pretty tough. Cream. Okay. Hit the thumbs up on your way in. You'll see me in a second once I clear these. Rate this trade. I sent this sucker Mixon, Goddard, and Devonta Freeman for Andrews, Judy, and Tucker, Kelly, and Allen. That's quite a Allen Robinson. So you got Allen Robinson, Andrews, Judy. You sent him Mixon, and Kelly. I wouldn't say you blasted him, man, because Mixon can still have a ton of value. I told everybody to stay away from Mixon because he's going to fail you early on, which he has, but he's still a decent buy low once Burrow starts getting the respect of defenses and they stop saying, hey, Burrow, why don't you... I know you can't see me, guys. Hey, Burrow, why don't you beat us through the air? Once Burrow starts doing that, and he will because he's that good, can you see me? Then I think, he could be worth this. So I don't know if you blasted him, Damon Moneyballs Clayton, but I do love Andrews. I do love Kelly. I do love Allen Robinson bouncing back. So I think you got him. I would have done the trade. Let me put it that way. So I got the Drake and Cooper. Sorry, Jordan says, so I got Drake and Cooper starting, Kyler and Drake stack, or DK and Cooper stack, question mark. Does Dak have a higher ceiling than Kyler? I don't think he does. Kyler Murray's got top 1 to 3 quarterback upside anytime he's on the field. I love Drake. I love that you have Cooper right now, but I sell high. Cooper's been playing well, but I sell high if you can, and I hold him. And I hold him if you can't. Do you hear me over these super chats? But do I like the stack better? Let's see. Dak and Cooper stack or Kyler Drake. I like the Kyler Drake stack a little bit better, but it is a little bit more risky. Here, I can talk over on this side. Backs are Eckler, Gordon, Connor, Kelly, McKinnon. Rock out. I'm not sure what question I'm answering here, but if I had to rank these, if you were asking me to rank them, you might have asked another question, but I forget already what it was. So include it in the chat so I know, and I'll look for your response here. But I'm going, this is when you had Eckler and Kelly potentially starting. So you have Gordon starting, Connor, and Eckler. I'd rank them in order of Gordon, Eckler, Gordon, Connor, Kelly, McKinnon. That's how I'd rank them. So start accordingly to that, unless you have a different feeling. Trust your gut. Don't use me as a guide, guys. Don't ever just do what I'm saying. Like, if you don't believe in it, you got to go with what you believe in and use me as a push. You know, like if you're on the fence and you're not sure. Frozen Smitty traded Gurley and Robbie Anderson for Fant and Deontay Johnson. You traded Gurley and Robbie Anderson for Fant and Deontay Johnson. I don't know that that trade makes a whole lot of sense from either side. I hate to say that, official. I'd like to be honest with you. No matter if you're super chatting me or not. I think Gurley could potentially have more trade value. I think Fant and Anderson are pretty close in value. I like Fant if you needed a tight end, so like that kind of trade was okay. Deontay and Gurley, so if we look at that as even, Deontay and Gurley has more trade value. I think you could have got a little more for Gurley, or I would have went after a player I like a whole hell of a lot more than Deontay that had hidden upside, like Antonio Gibson or J.K. Dobbins, somebody that can win you a league. Deontay's not going to win you a league. Not a horrible trade. I'm just letting you know how I feel about it, because that's what you super chatted me for, right? Not to just tell you it was great and gravy, but I appreciate you, and I know I've seen your questions before. You're gonna crush somebody on the next trade. Xavier with another super chat. Take a lap for just being awesome, Xavier. A victory lap. Thanks for the take, Smitty. Gotta win the week battles, but gotta think about the war. Mike Thomas, McCaffrey, AJ Brown, those names help. Let's get those dubs tomorrow, y'all. Thank you, Xavier. Yeah, those are the names to go trade for Galladay right now. Mike Thomas, Christian McCaffrey, J.K. Dobbins. Why people are upset. Pick up, don't trade for him. Pick up Zach Moss, because people are dropping him after week 2. Like, Moss isn't breaking out by week 2. He's trash. Total trash. I'm dropping him now. Super chat from Tim. Start Hollywood or A. Brown. Tim, don't beat me up on Sunday night or Monday if I'm wrong on this. Monday night. Late Monday night after the game, because it's a Monday night game. Hollywood Brown's in the spotlight. Right down here. Hollywood Brown in the spotlight. Hollywood Brown's going to drop loads in this one, I think. And he's the guy to throw out there. I think A-Rob could bounce back at any moment. People are valuing A-Rob like a ham sandwich. I think Hollywood Brown is the play. Spotlight game. Dude's insane. Dude's got quickness like you can't believe. Been working on his footwork all offseason. Put on 20 pounds. Dropped 100 yards in week 1. Didn't have the biggest week 2. And everybody's like, he didn't. He's not the guy that I thought he was, because he didn't blow up in week 2. Put out 100 yards in week 1. Not acceptable. Not acceptable. Tim, don't think like that. That's Bill from accounting type stuff right there. But trust your gut. A-Rob was everybody's like secret, crazy, cool, low-end wide receiver 1 heading into 2020. So Hollywood Brown is a wide receiver 3 heading into 2020. So what do I know? I just know that A-Rob's not doing it right now. And I know that Hollywood looked great in week 1 and still looks fantastic. So go get Hollywood into your lineup if it's up to me. Petty, if you have a question, Petty, I'll look for it. Sorry if I missed what you were saying. Okay, here we go. Here it is, Petty's question. Do you think I get McCaffrey for Hunt and McKinnon? I think you could. I think you definitely could. I would say that's fair. If you can weather through it, you're going to kill it once McCaffrey comes back. I think Hunt is the perfect player to trade for that. You're selling him high. Hunt may or may not retain his current number 7 or number 8 overall running back value. Like, I love the guy, guys. I'm not biased against a lot of these things, though. I can think unbiasedly about it, and I can tell you right now, as much as I've been pumping up Kareem Hunt as your league winner, secret, running back 5th round, 6th round pick, and he's been delivering that. You sell high. You sell when this guy is being equated to Christian McCaffrey out maybe 3-4 games, whatever he's going to be out. I think he comes back a little sooner, but if you can weather through it, let's say you have an Antonio Gibson on your bench, Petty. Let's say you have a Kelly on your bench, or you picked up James Robinson and you're rolling with J-Rob. Like, you can afford to do this. If you can afford to do this, then you need to do it, because you can't buy McCaffrey any cheaper than this a week from now. Every week we get closer to McCaffrey returning, the window of buying him closes like exponentially quicker each week. It's like this right now. After 1 week, it's going to be like that. Then it's going to be like that. And then before you know it, you won't even see an opening. No one's trading McCaffrey that's waited 3 weeks for him. If you've waited 3 weeks, even if you're 0-5, you're probably not going to trade him. You're going to be like, look, I waited. I'm going to, like the Titanic, I'm going down with the ship. You're not trading him 2 weeks from now. Trade for him now. I like that thinking. That's the way you roll. Derek in the hizzy with the question: Ingram, Gibson, Anthony Miller, Lazard. That is, let's see here. Ingram, Gibson, Anthony Miller, Lazard. Pick one. Gibson is your higher risk than Ingram pick, but probably your more upside pick, and I probably roll with Gibson. I like Ingram. If you feel uneasy at all about Gibson, or something in the morning scares you off, I have no problem whatsoever with you rolling with Ingram, or either one of them. But if forced to make a decision, I'm kind of thinking that I'm going to go with Gibson in that situation. Thank you for the question. Thank you for the super chat. You rock. I appreciate every one of you. Talks. These both good deals. I'm 0-2 and only have one running back because I can't use waivers since it's a vampire league. Christian McCaffrey for Drake and Edmonds. McCaffrey for Diggs, Gurley, and Green. I like Drake and Edmonds if you have to make a deal. I like that. But I'm in the business of buying McCaffrey. It's hard for me to answer that question, but if you need to do this, I would do that one. I don't like the Gurley, Diggs, Green one at all. I'd wait for another offer or figure something else out, but that is not a good deal to me. The Drake and Edmonds is a pretty decent deal. I like Drake a lot still. Drake got a little snappy with Fantasy Football Worlds in week 2, after week 2. He said, if I'm not scoring quick enough for you, or whatever, I'm paraphrasing, I didn't do well enough for you in fantasy, then drop me, let someone else reap the benefits. Drake ain't messing around. Drake told people straight up, take a that's what Drake told people straight up. And I kind of like that. I like it. And they're using him enough. I know people are worried about the usage a little, but it's more so that Edmonds looks good, not that they're not using Drake enough. So there you go. Andrew says, told y'all Drake gonna go off against Detroit. And I have all the matchups up for you guys if you want to check those out. Dropping Galladay in my leagues, 0 points. Yeah, right. Dylan, don't drop Galladay. Don't, Dylan. No. I think you're joking. This is a number one wide receiver in fantasy. Not the number one. This is a fantasy football wide receiver 1. Even if it's at the low end variety, which I think is more of like the 7-8 overall type variety. This is a fantasy football wide receiver 1. No. Drake needs to get some catches. I agree, Lou. I agree. Predicted Galladay in my top 5. You weren't wrong. He got hurt. Don't judge him. I'm not judging AJ Brown. AJ Brown are Mixon long term. I'm going to tell you that AJ Brown's going to be valued as much as Mixon, bro, if not higher. That's my prediction. I'm not swaying away from what I said about him or how much I like him or how well he did in 2019. Per catch, arguably the best wide receiver in fantasy football, and in efficiency. And Tannehill's looking good, and AJ Brown's hurt. Like, stop judging him, Noah. He's not judging you. Smitty, Breeze or Rivers this week? I'm going Breeze. Although, man, this is one of those weeks where it's like anything can happen. These matchups are crazy. It was hard finding a survivor pick in this week's matchups, to be honest with you. I couldn't find much that I felt like 100 on. So this is a weird week where a lot of crazy things can happen. Mark Cleveland with another super chat. Mark Cleveland, take a lap for being awesome.
Take a lap.
Hollywood for DJ David Johnson or DJ Moore. I got DK and Galladay and Hollywood Brown. I'm assuming you're saying DJ David Johnson. And I mean, I'm okay with that, but I'd rather you get another running back. I'm just not a big fan of David Johnson long term. I think he could do good for another 2 or 3 weeks, so maybe he ends up blowing up. And I'm telling you right now, he could be good in week 3. He could be good in week 4. He could be good for the next 3 weeks, and then you could trade him. But the problem is he's one of those guys that'll leave you holding the bag. And at what point does he do it? Does he do it on your watch? If he does it on your watch, then you're going to get screwed out of this. And I think it's not a bad move, though. Mark, if you're in the business, and I know you are, because I know you trade a lot or you want to trade a lot. If you're in the business of turning David Johnson into silver and then mining him into gold and then flipping him for 10 times the Bitcoin and then coming back and having yourself a Christian McCaffrey sitting on your roster a week from now because people want to trade him low. Like David Johnson let's say David Johnson, you get him and he blows up and you trade him for Christian McCaffrey straight up after the game. Like that I'm okay with, but I don't know if DJ is going to hold up his end of the agreement with you by the end of the year is my only fear. But not a crazy trade. Hollywood Brown is considered to be a wide receiver 3 to a lot of people. So that's in the value range of making a deal. McLaurin or Hunt, I'm going with PPR, man. I'm going to go with Hunt in this one. But I love both. JP with the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. JP with the super chat. Gronk or Logan Thomas. Look, guys, we got to admit something here. Gronk is not going to be the Gronk that we thought. Take a lap for me. I really thought he had a shot at getting back to his old self with Tom Brady. But Gronk came out himself and said that he's going to be a blocking tight end. And when you come out and say something like that, I don't care if maybe he's wrong. I'm walking away. I'm on a wait and see approach at the very, very most with Gronk. It's a bench. He's benched, immediately benched. I don't start him. I don't know that I love your option, JP, but Logan Thomas at least has some upside. I think Ollie Cox is a decent grab right now. I think Petty had that, if I remember correctly. I've got so many questions that come at me. Had that dilemma, and I said Petty Cox, but I think that you could go with Gronk one more week. I think that's what Petty decided to do. But I'm staying away. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Wipe your feet on the way in. We got 193 in the room. I don't know how many likes we have on YouTube. Somebody tell me what we're sitting at on YouTube. Wipe your feet on the way in the door. It really helps the show out a ton. Hollywood Brown from DJ Moore. Already got that one. Mark, I'll look for a clarification from you. Derek super chatted. I think these are the same question. Yes, they are. I think I'm caught up on super chats minus this one. If I missed anybody's, please let me know and I will go find it and I will drag it onto the screen. I've got Talk's question. I've got Gibson. I didn't do this one. Derek, I'm sorry. Derek, I'm sorry. Ingram, Gibson. No, I did do that one. Gibson. Derek needs to get more carries. Cook needs to get more carries. Cousins needs to stop throwing the ball. I agree with you, Derek. I'm a little worried. 202 of you in the room. Hit the thumbs up on your way in the door. Wipe your feet, please. Please. I think we're caught up on the super chats. I think we're there. Now I'm going to try and throw as many, if you super chat, you're going to jump to the front of the line, just so you know. Got 90 million, so he's at least going to get a TD. Okay, I don't blame you for going one more week with Gronk. Like I said, I understand that. And your options are decent at best, so you could roll the dice. I'm okay with that. Start Hunt, Kelly, or McLaurin. I go Hunt, but that's me. It's really close. Really, really close. Jordan with another super chat. Pick one PPR, Fournette, McKinnon, John Brown, Gage, Fournette. Easy call. Very easy. I like McKinnon. I like John Brown. I like Gage, but Fournette is probably looking at more volume, and he's going to be in scoring positions more often. Clyde or Chubb, give me a break. You know the answer is Clyde. Champions, if you're serious, you need to take a lap.
Take a lap.
But I still appreciate you, Clippers. I still appreciate you, but Clyde's a top 5 overall player. Chubb is borderline 10 to 15, no question about it. But he's got a lot more risk. He's got Kareem Hunt breathing down his neck. Clyde the Glide is a top 5 overall pick if I'm drafting today. No question whatsoever in my mind. Robert, Mo, or Schultz. I'm going with Mo Ali Cox, which is such a weird name. Mike Davis or Fournette. Now that's a tough one, Tim. That's a tough one, Tim. Boy, I think I go Fournette by a little bit, but boy, that's a tough one because I think Davis is going to do well, but there could be a lot of letdown. Like, oh, this is McCaffrey's volume, right? He has to do what McCaffrey was doing, right? Not necessarily. I think he'll be good, but will he be Fournette good? I think your best case scenario is that he's Fournette good his first time out. So why not go with Fournette, who's got more upside than what you're expecting out of Fournette? So I think that the smart call is Fournette. I don't think you lose sleep at night going Fournette. I think you lose sleep at Fournette at 102 touchdowns. Flex 1 Gage, Corey Davis, half PPR and Judy, if Julio doesn't, some miracle doesn't happen and Julio isn't out on the field or starting, then Gage is the call here, in my opinion. I think he could have a big day. I'm game for starting him in 2020. Already got that question. Okay, I think we're good. I'm going to speed through these. Hope no one is stashing Antonio Brown right now. I mean, some people are. It's tough to say what's going to happen with Antonio moving forward if he ever plays again. But, every week that goes by, you never know. It could be closer to somehow coming back. Start Calvin Ridley, too. Of course you start Calvin Ridley. JP with the super chat. Gronk. Give Gronk a chance. Tampa hasn't got their offense together yet. I hear what you're saying, and everything you said is true. It applies to Brady and all those guys. But with Gronk coming out and saying he's a blocking tight end and he's going to be surprised to get 4 targets a game or 2 to 4, whatever he said, worries me. I'm out for now. And I missed on that because I thought Gronk was going to be top 6 to 10 tight end. Maybe he bounces back. Harris, what's going on? Smitty, who should I start roster? Kamara, Gordon, Kareem, wide receiver Julio, Odell, Woods, Brown. Also 2-0. You're 2-0. Who do you start? Kamara, Gordon, Or no, Kamara and Kareem Hunt, and then Gordon at flex if you can. Julio might be out, so it'd be Odell, Woods, and if you needed another wide receiver, that's pretty clear as day, it would be John Brown. But I leave John Brown out if you only have to go 2 wide receivers, and Odell and Woods are receivers, and Julio's out. And Higbee, you got to go with Higbee right now. So hopefully that helps you with that, and you know, trading. You're not going to have any trading options unless Woods bounces back, unless Kareem Hunt has one more big game, I think. You could sell high on Kamara, but do you want to? Probably not. Gordon, you got to wait a week. No one's buying Gordon. No one's buying Odell. No one's buying Julio hurt. You have to wait. There are no trade ideas for right now, but once Julio pops off again, or Odell, or Woods, I would explore buying 2 guys for 1, but make sure you're getting 2 very good guys. And you can come to me for that on a live, and we'll cook something up once one of those guys is popped off. McKinnon, Hollywood, Cooper Kupp flex play. Kupp is safest, but Hollywood Brown's got more upside. McKinnon's got a little more upside. McKinnon's got a little more risk. Of the 3, the best combination of risk and reward, I think, is Hollywood Brown, in my opinion, on Monday night. But if you want to go really, really safe, go Cooper Kupp, because he is a guy that I think at any point is going to have a good game, a bad game, a good game, a bad game, a great game, a great game, a bad game. Super chat from Oliver. Just traded Wentz, Rojo for Big Ben and Slayton. Oliver, I'm going to be completely honest with you. That's why you're super chatting me. Okay? I feel like you kicked him in the nuts, he kicked you in the nuts, and you're going your separate ways. I don't know that this trade does much for me at all. Other than, Big Ben. I wanted a QB with an all O-line. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. You kicked him a little harder in the sack, man, because I like Big Ben the best out of all the players in that deal. I don't trust Wentz at all. So if Ben's your starter, then, yeah, you kicked him a little harder. How's that? I'm sorry. I miscalculated who's kicking who harder if he is your starter, because I don't trust Wentz at all. I think Wentz won't finish the season. Like, that's how I feel about it. So, nice kick, bro. You did a good job. You took one well, and you delivered one a little bit harder. Joshua Kelly, DJ Moore, and thank you for the super chat, Oliver. Joshua Kelly, DJ Moore, or David Johnson? I'm gonna assume David Johnson because he's a running back. So Joshua Kelly, David Johnson, and Mike Davis. Man, David Johnson's probably your play, because you're gonna be upset if he goes off and he's on your bench. Mike Davis feels a little bit safer for whatever reason. Kelly feels a little tiny bit safer. DJ's just a risk to me, but I think you got to go DJ because the reward's still very high if he gets the volume, and I think he will if he's healthy. I just worry about him staying healthy. I just don't know. What do you guys think? David Johnson or Mike Davis? I want some group think on this one. I don't want to leave Aqua in the lurch on this question with my vague answer. I want to help Aqua, so please drop your answer. Mike Davis or Kelly or DJ? Drop it below, please. Help him out. Help Aqua out. Aqua needs some help here. Thanks again, Oliver. Thanks again, Aqua. You read my last super chat. Can you read my last super chat? Yeah, Tabern, let me go look for it. I thought I did, but if I missed it, I apologize. And here it is. I have Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Jacobs, JT, Chubb. What wide receiver should I target? I'm sorry I missed your super chat. What wide receiver should I target with Chubb? Mike Thomas. Love that. Try and get more, too. I mean, of course, try and get more. Mike Thomas. Try and hit the button right after the game starts so you get Chubb for a week. But Mike Thomas. Galladay. I think everyone's freaking out about Galladay. Get A.J. Brown with a J.K. Dobbins or A.J. Brown with an Antonio Gibson. Don't just get A.J. Brown. You can get more. A.J. Brown's hurt. Tyreek Hill for Nick Chubb. You probably won't get Hopkins. You probably won't get... Maybe you get Devontae Adams because he's banged up. But stay close to the injuries news on that and make sure he's not going to miss a grip of time. A super chat 10 minutes ago about Devontae Adams. I'm sorry, Talks. 10 minutes ago? Really? I'm looking for it. Talks, I'm looking. Take a lap me. Take a lap me. Talks, I'm looking for it. Vampire League. I got your Vampire League question. Oh, here it is. Found it. Sorry, Talks. I appreciate your super chat. Here we go. Diggs, Woods, both on the bench for Adams. Punch it. I like it. Or Diggs and Woods for Adams and Slayton. So you can get an extra player if you do the other deal. If I do the 2-for-1, is a good deal. I still do the 2-for-1, but you know, I take Slayton, I guess, if you can use a player. Sorry about that, missing your super chat. I have Clyde, Jacobs, JT, Chubb should. Okay, so I answered that one pretty much. I go after Adams. I go after, you know, assuming Adams. Let me pull up Adams news real quick and just make sure there's nothing floating out there that I'm not seeing this very second, because you know, I am doing 10 different things at once, and sometimes I don't have the news up while I'm in a live. You know what I mean? Hamstrings probably doubtful for week 3. Nothing new. I just wanted to make sure. David with a super chat. David, if you have a question, hit me with it. So I think I answered Taverns pretty well. Joshua Kelly, DJ Moore, Mike Davis again. I don't know what everybody said in the chat, but I think, yeah, no, Adams is out this week, but I meant in terms of like, is his injury going to be like long lasting? Super chat by David. Thank you. David, ask a question if you've got it. I don't know what everybody answered here, but I think DJ is probably just safest, but I would use groupthink. If the group outruled me, I would go with it, because I'm barely leaning DJ. I mean, I'm barely leaning DJ. David with the super. Josh Allen or Dak. I'm going Allen. I'm not putting Allen on my bench. I'm just not doing it. I like Dak. I like both of them, but I'm not putting Josh Allen on my bench. Josh Allen, as you can see, the top right, at home versus the Rams. Not the easiest matchup. They're both 2-0, but Josh Allen's playing lights out right now. The Cowboys look more of a mess, and they're going up against the Seahawks in Seattle. I'm just feeling like Josh Allen's safer. So for me, that's pretty easy. Also, you have Kamara, Clyde, and Mixon as your flex. Should you trade Mixon since you have 2 strong options at running back? I mean, it depends who your third running back is. It's nice to have 3 running backs, but I definitely would explore selling high. I explore getting McCaffrey. Like, who cares about getting a wide receiver? Go trade Mixon for Christian McCaffrey if you think you can weather through it. You've got like a Slayton or a Robbie Anderson or a Gibson, Antonio Gibson on your bench. Like, put that player in, and you're adding that player for 4 or 5 games, 3 or 4 games, whatever it ends up being, to McCaffrey, and then in the end, sum total, you have 14 starts that probably are number 1, number 2, or number 3 overall in scoring when you add just those 14 starts together, McCaffrey's and whoever you're starting in this place until he gets back. So definitely, and then go after Mike Thomas, go after Galladay. Those are all good guys to go after using Mixon or Chubb or anybody like Miles Sanders. I'm not huge on. If I miss any super chats, guys, please tell me, and I'll go through them. Let me go through these questions as fast as I can. We need more music. I feel better when the music's playing. 227 in, only 97 likes. Are you kidding me, Computer Bob? Please. It helps the show more than you know. There's 226 of you. Like I gave the example. You're on the freeway. You're deadlock, and you don't know what the hell's going up a mile ahead of you on the freeway. Why are we at a deadlock? Was there an accident? What's going on? You get to the end of the jam, and it's a mattress laying in 2 of the 3 lanes, and instead of picking it up, getting out of your car, you're at a deadlock anyway, and throwing it over to the other side of the freeway to slow them going down. Instead of doing that for your fellow man driving down the road, you just continue on and let the problem persist. That's what it's like when you wait for somebody else to like the show. Okay? Move the mattress. Take care of the show. The show's taking care of you. It takes 5 seconds to punch that thumbs up. Wipe your feet coming in the door. Dak has 5 TD potential. He does, Captain. But so does Josh Allen. He could throw for 2 or 3 and run for 2. So I hope Galladay just explodes tomorrow. Says Dylan. Xavier with a nut. Take a lap, Xavier, for being as awesome as you are. The smart window of sniping Christian McCaffrey. What running backs would one need to have on their own roster to make a trade with CMC account for a running back? Dealing with a player coming back mid to late fantasy football season is kind of okay. To get a McCaffrey, you're gonna have to give up an Eckler. You're gonna have to give up a Mixon. You're gonna have to give up a Gurley and maybe some. You're gonna have to give up a David Johnson. You're gonna have to give up easily a 3rd round player if you're drafting today. But the good news is whoever owns McCaffrey is likely 0-2 or 1-1, and they're afraid. And if you don't make the offer, somebody else will, and you don't want to be sitting there on your phone, laying back, watching football, and you see somebody hit accept on some dumb offer, and you could have offered more and got, McCaffrey for a ham sandwich. So it's risky. You can only do it to Xavier if you have like a Gibson or whatever to plug in. Like you've got to have options. Why did my chat end again? I'm not seeing any chats come through. Oh, they're there. Okay. Last night it ended, and they didn't come rolling through anymore. Smitty is the best. There is hands down. Glad to have you here. Thank you, Dylan. Your hands down the best, Dylan. Hit the thumbs up on your way in. 241 watching across all platforms except for IG. We haven't told IG we're here. For IG. Neglected IG. We'll go live on IG real quick. Okay. 2 more. So Xavier, hopefully that answered your question. If it didn't, please ask again. For Instagram, I'm live on smitty1.com. What's up, Vision? Live on smitty1.com. If you guys want to participate in the show, you know how to get there. Smitty1.com. Let me pin that down below for the Instagram world. What's up, Jay? What's up, everybody? I want to put you over in the corner. A little Instagram in the corner there. Join me over at smitty1.com. Okay. Super chat from It's Throwaway. Thank you. And Steven, I'm getting to yours. Dylan, Smitty is the best. Thank you. I appreciate that, Dylan. Steven, 0-2. I have Josh Allen, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Mixon, J-Rob, Kelly, Gibson, Moss, Odell, A-Rob, Chark, Higbee. What players should I trade to improve my roster? You're 0-2. Don't trade Josh Allen. Don't trade Clyde. Trade Mixon. Consider trading J-Rob high if you can get the right player. But don't trade him unless you're selling him extremely high. People are willing to pay crazy amounts of value for J-Rob. You could probably buy, I don't know, a Dalvin Cook right now for J-Rob. You could probably buy, it's crazy. I get the weirdest questions right now where people, and I get hundreds of questions a week. 400 questions probably this week. It lessens as the season goes on. But like weeks 1 and 2, I'm slammed per week on my HeySmitty.com. I'm slammed, absolutely slammed. And one of the most asked questions is about J-Rob. Should I trade him? Should I buy him? Should I give up J-Rob for Dalvin Cook? People getting the craziest offers. So consider that. If Allen Robinson goes off, trade him high. Gibson and Zach Moss should develop for you. Kelly, you could trade high. Mixon and Kelly, Mixon and A-Rob. Go after a Zeke Elliott. Go after Christian McCaffrey. You can kind of afford giving up an A-Rob for McCaffrey, giving up a J-Rob for McCaffrey and something. I'm not saying give up J-Rob for McCaffrey straight up because you're 0-2. Might not help you, but you might be able to go get McCaffrey and something that can supplement in the meantime. But a McCaffrey, if you can somehow be 2-2 or 2-3 with McCaffrey coming back, you could explode. So Mike Thomas is another guy to go after. What's up, Instagram? Instagram in the hizzy. I'll throw your question cards up as I go. Waller or Andrews? I'm going. Damn, that's tough. Jedi. Probably going Andrews, but you know I love Waller. Andrews and Waller are like neck and neck for who's going to finish number 3. You know, Kittle finish number 2 because Kittle's not going to finish there. Where's the Coke? I got to get a Coke. I haven't chilled one properly yet. 258 in the room on YouTube. Hit the thumbs up on your way in the door. Wipe thy feet. Have I missed a super chat? Throwaway. Rate my team. Thank you, Throwaway, for the super chat. Take a laugh for being amazing. Drake, Mixon, Melvin Gordon, Mike Davis, Scary Terry, John Brown, I assume. MVS, Deshaun Jackson, Odell, Brady. You're 0-2. Okay. So you have some wide receiver problems. Trying to see who your third and fourth rounder were in this. You had Drake. Did you take Mixon in the second round? And who'd you take in the third round? Odell or Gordon? Yeah, I mean, I could see where you're having problems. These guys are under delivering. I don't know that you can make a lot of trades right now other than trade Mixon away. You're 0-2. I don't know that I would necessarily recommend you going and getting McCaffrey for Mixon because you're 0-2, and I don't know how you're going to survive the time, you know, that McCaffrey's going to be away. Instagram, Lockett and Aaron Jones for Henry. No, Aaron Jones is equal as Henry right now, so you're not throwing anything. Don't do that. I don't know that you have a whole lot of options right now. You got to wait. I mean, Mike Davis is a good play. If Mike Davis goes crazy, you could start Mike Davis and you could start Drake, Mike Davis, and Melvin Gordon. Maybe you do trade. Maybe you trade for McCaffrey and something. Trade Mixon for McCaffrey and something. You do have Mike Davis. You can start him in the meantime. You've got Gordon. You've got Drake. That's 3 running backs. You can't start more than 3 running backs. Trade potentially Odell if he has a big game. I don't know. Go after. God, that's tough, man. I don't know how you're going to get out of that other than to just try and stack and win a couple games, you know, because it's tough. That's a tough one. If anybody has any ideas for throwaway, I'm going to keep it right here. JP, I want everybody to think. Let's think of a trade or a way for a throwaway to get this team back on top. That's a tough one because, like, the guys I want you to go get, I don't know if you can survive trading for them and giving up, you know, talent. Mixon or Kelly, I think you go with Mixon this week, but don't be surprised if Kelly makes that a tough decision moving forward. But you kind of gotta go Mixon, man. You drafted this guy. Smitty, need a flex or wide receiver 2 pick options in the chat. Hesh, you gotta. Hesh, where is it? Hesh. The chat options in the chat to me, Hesh, it's so hard for that to mean much because this thing's got, you know, 15 questions every 20 seconds. So can you? I'll look for your avatar. I've got it memorized. It's got the sky, a lake of some kind. Here it is. Thank you for reposting it. Henderson, Slayton, MVS, Miller. Need a flex and a wide receiver too. I'm going to go Slayton and MVS right now. I want to go Hendy. If you hear anything good about Hendy in the morning, go Hendy. Come on my live. Maybe we'll roll Hendy. What's going on, Ellis? What's going on, 33? What's going on, 27? What's going on, Truth? Carson, what's up? Q cards, I'm loading here. Henderson, the man in LA. I mean, Malcolm Brown's probably going to play. You know, are they ever going to give Hendy a full shot? He should be the main guy. He proved he deserves a crack at that open door. But are they going to give it to him? I don't know. Fuller, MVS. Assuming Devontae doesn't play, MVS is probably safer than Fuller right now. Throwaway. start, sit for my team. Okay, throwaway. Let's do that. Hit the thumbs up on your way in the door. You take start Brady, Big Ben, Stafford. I'm gonna go Brady this week. Oh, here's an offer. Here's an idea. Throwaway from Ivan. He says trade Odell and Hawkinson or Mike Davis for an A-Rob or DJ Moore or Diggs. I like DJ Moore. That's an okay option, I guess. Who I'm starting? If I'm you, throwaway, I'm going with Drake, Mixon, and Gordon in this week, and Mike Davis I'm putting on the bench if you can only start 3 running backs. Scary Terry's in your lineup. John Brown, I think, is probably Odell, Scary Terry, and John Brown, I think, are your safest 3. If you want to go a little more upside and risk, go MVS instead of John Brown. But if you start all 3, then there you go. I'm going Hawkinson over Ingram myself. And so that's how I would roll. And Brady, of course. Give Brady a chance. Come on. Come on, people. I think I am caught up on super chats, but I don't know for sure. So throwaway, let me give you one little piece of advice in your team. So Drake, Mixon, Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon could go crazy this week because he's without Lindsey. That means he's going to get a full workload. You might be able to trade him later. Mixon, I trade again for McCaffrey and something. I would consider trading Mixon for Mike Thomas and something. If you can even get a Antonio Gibson or a J.K. Dobbins, something like that, throwaway, I'd be willing to take that risk and get rid of Mixon, get a supplemental player for now, and have McCaffrey or MT. That would be my focal point if I'm you, getting one of those guys heading into this week. Trading for A.J. Brown, using a MVS having a big game, maybe. People are weird. Trading Mike Davis for potentially struggling player on the Christian McCaffrey team. But first, ask about getting McCaffrey. Don't start toying around with giving him Davis unless he says no, he's not trading McCaffrey. Official. I'm 0-2 with Russell Wilson, Evans, Julio, Chark, Deontay, Claypool, Clyde, JT, Monty, Madison, Fant, Sample. What do you do? League vetoes most trades, which is so dumb. I don't know why people do that. Veto. Why decide what another person's evaluation is, right or wrong? It's so dumb. So Julio is probably out. Let's check Julio actually. Julio Jones. Everybody yelled at me when I said he was going to get hurt. It's his hamstring, though, but he's questionable. He can still play. It's a game-time decision. Julio plays, you start him. Evans and Julio, and Chark obviously is not an option here. And Deontay if you need a third. So Evans, Julio, Deontay. If you need to go 3 wide receivers and Julio sits, then you have no other option but to go Claypool. Clyde Edwards-Helaire and JT, no-brainer. If you can go 2 wide receivers and go Evans and Julio, or Evans and Deontay, assuming Julio sits, and go a third running back, then Monty's your guy. But if I had to rank them all in order, I would say Clyde Edwards-Helaire, JT, Evans, Julio, Monty, Deontay is my order of all of them, and you can sort that out however that fits your lineup. So hopefully that helps you. Next up, Lou's a Cards fan. That's true. What's up, Augie? Logan Thomas says Kango. Smitty, who do I start? Fournette or McKinnon or Mike Davis? I think Fournette. I think after last week, you got to kind of roll with them. Nim Super Chat, Smitty. Okay, let me look for it. Nims, I'm sorry. Nims, okay, we'll leave the music off for now. Nims, I'm looking for it. Steven. Did I answer that one? I think I did. Nims, where's your super? There it is. Sorry, Nims. Ingram, Fant, Reed, Goddard, Hurst, Julio injury, question mark. If you're choosing, I'll rank these guys. I'll say Fant, Hurst, and then Ingram. Fant, Hurst, Goddard is how I'd rank those guys, then Ingram. If I had to rank them. And Fant's not a bad play in place of Julio if you are desperate at wide receiver or flex. Could definitely see that being okay. The Grub guy says, thank you for the super chat, first of all. What do you think of Mixon going forward? I have Jacobs, Drake, and Mixon lost Saquon receivers. Need upgraded DK, Fuller. Should I trade Mixon? Absolutely. Go after Mike Thomas and something. Go after Galladay. Go after A.J. Brown and like a Gibson, or A.J. Brown and J.K. Dobbins together. Like A.J. Brown, you can get more than A.J. Brown for Mixon, but I go now and get him before he becomes a week closer to coming back or right around the corner of coming back. Mixon, I trade though. I definitely would trade him, but if you trade him, you have to trade him high. If you don't trade him high, you're going to kick yourself later because he's done what I said he would do. He would start off slow. But I think that once Burrow gets respective defenses, which will happen this year at some point, Mixon's going to come back to life a little bit. Luke with the super chat. Luke says Fournette or Kelly. I'm going to go Fournette. He's just a tad bit safer. And Grub guys, thanks for the super chat again. I like DK Metcalf. I wouldn't mind seeing you get a Mike Thomas and JK. Like, seriously, I think that would be a really, really good move. Fingers crossed, no more big-name injuries. Xavier, I know, but it's probably going to get at least stay the same for a little while until people start getting in shape. This is like preseason. Once we hit like week 5, 6, 7. I mean, I'm guessing here, but 5, 6, 7, we might start seeing less of it. But the problem is no one's in the shape they should be in. And during the week, they can't really condition, They're going over plays, they're working on stuff, they're resting. There's a certain amount of rest time. Those games are brutal. To turn around to play another game, there's not like a whole lot of conditioning that they get to do constantly. So it concerns me because like your thigh muscles are connected to knee injuries. Your calf muscles are connected to other injuries. People pull hammies and other muscles in compensation. So I feel like, a lot of ACL tears are still on the way because of thigh muscle strength not being where it needs to be. And people are putting more torque and strain on their ligaments in their knees. If Chubb does good this week, what should I look to get for him? I think, again, MT, McCaffrey, Mike Thomas and McCaffrey are some of my favorite go-gets, and you can get more. Tyreek Hill struggles, go after Tyreek Hill. If Hopkins struggles, you go after Hopkins. If Chubb goes nuts and has a big game, he'll look more valuable than he does right now. You might say, I couldn't go get a Tyreek Hill right now. You might be able to. One more big game out of Chubb, you might be able to. One more big game, you might be able to get a Hopkins. Don't sell yourself short. Once a player does well, everybody changes their mind in a snap. How do we ask a question on this? Hit the question card below. I'm on YouTube right now, and I'm also live here on IG, but you guys are kind of in the corner here. Julio or Allen? Julio is banged up. You have to wait and see what's going on. If he plays, then you got to start Julio, but he may not be a go. Pick 2, David Johnson, Hollywood Brown, Jordan Reed. Please help Smitty. David Johnson. I'm sorry. Yeah, David Johnson and Woods are your safe bets, man. I love Hollywood, but they're kind of your safe plays. I wish you could make a trade, but it's too late. But I sell David Johnson high. I think if you wanted to go high risk, you could go Hollywood and Woods, but David Johnson's probably the smarter play. Not by a lot, so trust your gut. Go with what you're feeling. It's that close. Mixon, Hunt, Kelly, also Gallup or A-Rob. Sit one. Mixon, Hunt, Kelly. I start Mixon and Hunt, even though I worry about Mixon. I still start him over Kelly right now. I like Kelly a lot. He's developing, but Mixon and Hunt, and then Gallup or Robbie. Robbie's out playing Gallup, man. You almost got to go with the hot hand. But I do think Gallup will have a big week, so I'm not necessarily telling you to sit Gallup. I almost wish you could find a way to play Gallup and Robbie, but Robbie is playing better. Doctor, thank you for the super chat, and thank you, JJ, for the super chat. Doctor, is Devontae Adams a buy low? Absolutely. Go after Devontae Adams for sure. Missed super chat for me and Luke. I did? Luke? And... okay, there we go. I think I am. Okay, I didn't get this one. Fournette or Kelly? I'm going Fournette, Luke. Definitely going Fournette. I like Kelly. He'll evolve, and you have some good trade bait on your hands. So nice work there. But I think you got to go with Fournette. Now Hesh, Singletary or McKinnon. For this week, I'm going to go McKinnon. I think he should get a lot of volume. I do believe Singletary has a shot at being very, very undervalued for week 3. And so I'm not opposed to you starting him over McKinnon if you have like a gut instinct on it. It's pretty close. It's not like an easy call for me. But McKinnon looked very much like Mostert. They used him a ton. Looks very quick. They're going to run a lot. I think the safer play is McKinnon. Thank you guys for the super chat. Did I miss anything else? James says Smitty said trade Mixon for A.J. Brown and J.K. Dobbins. I would strongly consider that. I would. I think that right now that might look bad, but J.K. alone I think could be as good as Mixon. I think A.J. Brown alone could be as good as Mixon. You're getting 2 players that I believe could be better than Joe Mixon. Now, I try and get more if you can, but right now, from what I'm seeing, people aren't trading for Mixon at all. Yes, sir. Thank you for the super chat. McKinnon or Hollywood at flex, Kenny G or Ingram at flex. If Kenny G's going, you play him, unless you hear like he's on a big time snap count, which he could be. I've heard whispers about that, but we'll wait for Sunday morning to know if that's going to be true. McKinnon or Hollywood. I probably go Hollywood, man. It's not PPR, but I think I still go Hollywood. I think he's got a good shot at scoring. It's a spotlight game. I think Hollywood's going to be awesome. Computer Bob, you clean those super chats up real well. It took a while to get them all off the screen, Bob. And you guys keep them coming. So, it's so appreciated. D-Jax or Corey Davis, man, that's tough. I go Corey Davis, though, right now. Who wins this trade? Gesicki plus James White or Keenan Allen and Hyde? Keenan Allen. I like that. Keenan Allen played good last week. Surprisingly played good. What do you have, like 90 or 100 yards? Only 2 weeks into the season. Nice job. I like that. If you got Keenan Allen. The team giving up Gesicki has Hawkinson on the bench. So you got Gesicki and James White. I don't like that, Mike. I'd rather have Keenan Allen. James White could still prove to be okay. And if you need a tight end, I get it. But I wouldn't do that trade. Hopefully you could still get more. This show has to be a record for number of super chats. Actually, Doobie, probably not. Oh, damn, I just cleared that super chat. Shoot. I think it was this one. Doctor? DJX or Corey Davis. Was it that one? I think it was this one. Drafted another team today. Took J-Rob with the first pick in the 3rd round, 12 team. Yeah, I mean, that's about where we're kind of calculating that J-Rob's going. So I'm okay with that. 3rd drafted player. I don't like making him like your high 2nd drafted player. I think that leaves your team looking a little thin. But as your 3rd drafted player, J-Rob's playing that good. J-Rob's playing amazing. I have Lamar Jackson, says Computer Bob. Brady and Allen. Who can I trade with another bench to get a wide receiver 1? You have Lamar Jackson, Brady, and Josh Allen. Who can I trade with another bench? So, God. I trade Josh Allen on the high. He's probably got a lot more appeal right now. People like Lamar, but they may not want to spend a ton for him. Whereas Josh Allen, people aren't going to have to spend as much, but I think you could sell him really high. I'd probably say, damn, you could get, I mean, go get, this is what I know it's the same thing over and over, but McCaffrey and Mike Thomas. I mean, you're not using one of those quarterbacks. Could you get a Mike Thomas? Could you get a McCaffrey? And if you had to give up a little bit more, do it. You know, don't give up a big-time starter, but that's damn good. Joe New or Waller? I go Waller. Great show. Hopefully Washington will beat Cleveland. Thank you, Excuse, for the compliment. Trade Gurley for Juju. I'd rather have Juju. Hunt, Mike Davis, or Henderson. I'd rather have Hunt probably than Mike Davis than Henderson. Henderson's not guaranteed anything right now. Don't trust the Rams. As much as I love Hendy, you got to wait unless you've got like no options, and you do have options. Drake or Sanders the rest of the season, I'm going Drake. Wouldn't blame you for going either one, though. Does Smitty look at IG? This is a YouTube show, so it's not that I'm trying to ignore my Instagram people, but I'm just letting you guys know I'm live, and I want you guys to hang out too. But this is a YouTube show, so I'm not trying to ignore you. And at the bottom it says, come on over to Smitty1 for the interactive part of the show. So now you know. Not trying to ignore nobody. Serge gets mad. I'll try and hit another question here. Fournette or Mike Davis? I'd probably go Fournette. No problem, Corey. I appreciate you. Jonu or McKinnon? Probably McKinnon. It's tough, though. Cup or Boyd? That's a tough one. Probably Cup, but barely. Kelly or Watkins? I go Kelly. All right. Flex one, Kelly, Hendy, Gibson, or AJ Green. I'm gonna go probably. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I even read that one right? Kelly, Hendy, Gibson, AJ Green. I'm probably myself going Kelly, then Gibson. I think that's a tough one. They're close. I don't think you can go wrong there. Gibson's got a little more risk, but maybe a tad more appeal because he could get all the work or a lot of, the majority of the work, whereas Kelly's splitting with Eckler, but he's still getting volume. More steady. He's more steady. Eddie Gibson's more high risk, high reward. Vatch, thank you for the super chat. PPR, who should I flex? Higbee at Buffalo, T.Y. Hilton, or Lazard? I go probably Higbee of that group, man. That's tough, though. N'Keal Harry or Adam Humphries, half PPR. Love the show. Thank you, Chandler. I'm going to go N'Keal here. N'Keal Harry. I'm going to give him a shot. Gage or Henderson. If Julio's out, Gage. If not, you're looking at a crapshoot. Probably Henderson if I had to pick in that scenario. But if Julio is out, put Gage in the lineup. Kelly or Gordon, I go Gordon. Melvin Gordon's got no Lindsey there to compete with. Thanks again, Vatch, for the super chat. Thank you, Dylan, for the super chat. Corey Davis or McKinnon. I'm gonna go. God, I feel like I've been asked this 3 times and I might have answered it twice differently. It's that close, man. McKinnon. The wind's blowing that way right now. It was blowing that way earlier. I'm going McKinnon now. I'm going McKinnon. Flex play. Hunt, Woods, Hollywood Brown. I'm going to go Woods. Who do you start at flex? Chris Hogan, DK, or DK. Chris Hogan or DK Metcalf. What are you?
Take a.
Hold on. No.
Take a lap. Take a lap.
Come on, bro. Glow, the show won't let you get away with anything like that. Metcalf. I was starting Metcalf, but I'm getting some advice to start Hogan. Who, from your opponent? Who's telling you to start Hogan? Glow? Your opponent? Your grandma? Hogan? No. Hogan. I mean, Glow. Glow. Now you know. Take 100 laps. And whatever show you're watching, bro, you need to come over to the Fantasy Football Show full time. Okay? Full send your rear end right over here, Glow. Okay? Because that person's guiding you the wrong direction. DK Metcalf's a wide receiver 1. Chris Hogan is he even in the league? Oh, Glow. Glow, we're glad to have you, though. Yeah. Jay says, I legit have no idea what team Hogan is on. Let's look him up. Hogan. Chris Hogan. The Jets. I'm going to admit something right now here on the Fantasy Football Show. I had no idea that Chris Hogan had 6 receptions for 75 yards in week 2 against the 49ers. I didn't. I, Smitty, admit that I did not know Chris Hogan was still in the league. Walking into week 3, I didn't even put him on my waiver wire advice. I had no clue that Chris Hogan caught 6 passes in week 2. I had no clue. I'll take a lap for that if I have to, but you do not sit DK Metcalf. Now we know this is what happens every time, though, guys. Chris Hogan's going to go off in week 3. DK Metcalf's going to do nothing, and we're going to have was it Glow? Glow, don't leave. I'm not trying to go at you, bro. I'm just having a little fun with it. Hogan's now going to go off. I know it. Hogan's going to have 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. I know it. And Glow's going to come back here and blast me. Glow, are you still here? Usually we have good sports about that stuff. Hopefully Glow didn't take that the wrong way. Please help me out. Aaron Rodgers over Breeze. This week, maybe not. Should I team up with MVS and go with A-Rod and put him on the floor? Tyler Boyd. I probably go Tyler Boyd and Breeze this week, but that's me. I love A-Rod, but without Adams, things don't go as well. They run the ball more. Hunt or Gage. You got to go Hunt. You can't sit Hunt. Hunt's a top 6 to 8 running back in your league, I imagine. Buck Nasty. Come on, Buck Nasty. Don't be putting Hunt on your bench. I like Gage though. Maybe find a way to get him in there, but Hogan got banged up versus the Niners. JJ, we didn't even know Hogan was in the league. You're asking me about a guy, Hogan, that I don't even know was in the league. It's news to me. I didn't know. Take a lap me. But I'm not benching DK Metcalf for a guy I didn't remember was still in the league. No way. Glow, are you still here? Where's Glow at? I think Glow left. Glow? Come back, Glow. Sometimes I run people. I'm totally joking with Glow. I mean, I'm not joking about the context of what I'm saying. But where's Glow? Glow, he's here. Glow, you get an official, I am a good sport, take a lap.
Take a lap.
Glow's the man. Damn straight. I love when people can take a take a lap or a little joking around. Smitty, choose 3 of 4. Woods, Deontay Johnson, A-Rob, or Hollywood. You're going Woods. No question about it. A-Rob, you got to play A-Rob. And I'm going Hollywood. I don't know what did Deontay Johnson do last week? Why do I get so many Deontay Johnson questions this week? Deontay Johnson. I'm going to be embarrassed if he had like 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. I'm going to be flat out embarrassed on my own show. I'm going to feel like a failure. He did have 92 and a touch. I knew he had like 90 yards, but I'll be honest, he had a bigger week 2 than I anticipated. He kind of snuck that in there on me. It's a good game. I'm going to admit. We all need to take a lap every once in a while. That's a pretty good game. I'm going to admit, I didn't know he scored. I can't know everything. I don't absorb every single stat, to be honest with you. I know that's surprising to some of you. I don't sit Hollywood. If you're going to sit somebody, A-Rob. But I go Woods. I go Hollywood Monday night. Hollywood's not hitting the bench for me. It's between Deontay and A-Rob. A-Rob's been playing like crap. What did A-Rob have? Like 2 catches last week. Allen, the dud so far, Robinson. 3 catches for 33 yards. The week prior, he did have 74 yards, but he had 0 TDs. He did get 9 targets in each game, but A-Rob is playing awful. I know it's only 2 weeks in, and I always tell you guys not to have a knee-jerk reaction, but I worry about that Mitchell Trubisky quarterback situation. And he doesn't seem to want to throw the football to A-Rob. The good news for Trubisky, even though he did have 2 INTs last week, is he has 5 TDs in the first 2 weeks, but, you know, a quarterback change, I believe, is inevitable in Chicago. So I don't know what to tell you on that, Jack. I feel like it's between Deontay and A-Rob, though. I'm not sitting Hollywood. Robinson or Gage. If Julio's out, Gage is a sneaky play, but I think I'm still playing A-Rob over Gage. How will Cam do against the Raiders? I have faith in Cam. I have faith in Belichick. Belichick knows what he's doing. This team looks really good, led by Cam Newton, man. I'm impressed with Cam. I'm impressed with Cam Newton. He looks fantastic right now. He just knows how to score. He's just such a perfect fit. And everyone said, oh, before Cam landed in New England, he's not a Belichick quarterback. Belichick's whatever winning, whatever he's got to do to win, Belichick will do and adapt to. So I think Cam will do good. Fournette, Hunt, or Connor, full PPR. I'm gonna full send. Oh God, maybe not. Hunt or Fournette, that's tough. Connor. Why do you have, like, Evan, have you been trying to trade 2 of these guys or one of them? You need to. You need to. You should not be, you're going to get this, I'm going to get this wrong 60% of the time. This is a tough question. You can't possibly land this more than 50% of the time. God. Fournette is your safest play. Connor's right there with being the safety play. Hunt is your high risk, high reward. We don't know what Hunt's volume is going to be each week. He is number 7 or 8 overall in running back scoring, but you don't know what the hell's going to happen here. I probably lean Fournette. I can't believe I'm saying it. No. I'm going Hunt. I'm going Hunt. That's tough. You got to figure out a way to make a trade, though. I remember when I said Cam was top 5 and Smitty called you crazy. I don't know if I called you crazy, man. I mean, I had him as a 10-ish quarterback with upside. Celtics or the Heat, bro. I don't even like Mark Cleveland. I'd be lying if I said I knew which team was even playing better right now. The only team I've been watching a little bit of the Lakers. I don't have time for basketball. I wish I did. I would love to watch basketball more. I don't even know who won tonight. I know the Lakers were not looking real smooth in the first quarter, but I do have Haslam in one of my fantasy leagues, so I'm gonna go with Haslam. I'm going to go with my boy, Udonis. He's in my fantasy league. So is Gilbert Arenas. So is Ryan Hollins, Brendan Haywood, a lot of North Carolina guys. In a fantasy league, analysts versus NBA players. And guess who's 2-0 in that league? Guess who's leading those guys, the analysts are. I'm not trying to ignore you guys, IG. I'm just letting you kind of peep in on the YouTube show, which I do tell you how to get there right below. Throw away with a super chat. What are your thoughts on Melvin Gordon when Lindsey comes back? You worry a little bit about production dip, but I think you could sell high if Gordon ends up Heat beating the Lakers. No, Haslam averages 1 point per game. Laughing here. Hey man, James. Don't be judging on my boy Udonis Haslam, okay? He might be able to beat you in fantasy football. He did a pretty good job drafting his team. Thoughts on Melvin? So Melvin Gordon, I like him, but if you can sell high, I'd sell high. Troy says he's like 56. True. He's an older NBA player. Cut him some slack, James. Bro. Start decaf. If you mean DK Metcalf, I always start DK Metcalf. Evans. Kango's really putting the moves on. The virtual moves. Lindsey has no shelf life, says Lou. I think Lou's right. But I still sell high on Melvin if you can. But I still like him. I don't know if I'm like worried about him if you can't sell him high. Man, DK is a stud. Decaf is a stud. Decaf. For those of you that don't know, on my YouTube channel, you can become a part of the exclusive membership. I need to create a better graphic for this, but click the join button on the main YouTube. Like if you go to my main YouTube page, and there'll be a blue button that looks like this. It'll say join. And if you join, you can not only get on my Zoom calls on Sunday morning. Petty just joined. Petty's a part of the YouTube exclusive membership, as is so many others in the chat right now. But Petty just joined it. And we basically do a Zoom call where we all get on a Zoom call and we talk about our teams and all that. So that's 1 hour and 10 minutes before kickoff. To become a part of that, you just go to my main YouTube page, you click the join button, you can cancel anytime, and that's where you're going to get not only the Zoom link every Sunday morning. As soon as I get in my studio, you'll get a Zoom link for Thursday. We'll talk Thursday after the game. And you also get exclusive member-only videos on YouTube where you get an email and a link that says, hey, here's an exclusive video just for you. And on top of that, you can become an exclusive chat member on my Instagram little private group. So Petty or anybody else that wants in that, DM me on Instagram at the.fantasyfootballshow, and I'll get you in on that. 305 in the room. If you're watching right now and you haven't hit that thumbs up, please hit the thumbs up. So that way more people know about the show right now. 305 in the room on YouTube. Punch it. Lou says Smitty has proven he's the best over the past decade. Definitely listen to all he advises. Thank you, Lou. Thank you. Appreciate it, Lou. Petty says, I did join. Everyone should too. Join the exclusive YouTube membership. Just go to my main page, click join. Galladay or D-Mont? Galladay or D-Mont? If Galladay's on a pitch count, you got to go David Montgomery. Galladay's going to be a little limited, I believe, no matter what they say. D-Mont might be a little safer, but make sure D-Mont is good to go. Look at Kango. I'll join so I can talk to you, Petty. Kango. Where are we at? Mixon or Kelly? You got to go Mixon, man. You drafted Mixon as a top 15 overall player. Don't give up on him after 2 weeks. I personally stayed away, but you drafted. Thoughts on Odell Beckham Jr.'s matchup versus the football team? I think Odell is tough to count on, but if you drafted him, you most likely drafted him in a role where you can't put him on the bench. But if you could sell him high at any point, you might want to think about that. Again, Bry. Brian. Mixon or Kelly? I go Mixon. Mahomes or Josh Allen? You cannot sit Mahomes. I don't care who it is. You're not sitting Mahomes. Lamar and Mahomes, maybe you have a dilemma. But you're not sitting Mahomes ever. Hey, Smitty, Slayton, or Fuller. We don't know what happened to Fuller. Did Fuller... I don't know if Chris Hogan could be a better start than Fuller. We don't know what's going on with Fuller. Did he even make the game last week? But I'm not trusting Slayton yet over Fuller if Fuller's a full go. Okay. Mike Williams could be a wide receiver too this week, says Lou. Hi, Smitty, Boyd or CeeDee Lamb? Probably go Boyd this week. I lost last week sitting Josh Allen. Yeah, that's hard. Lobella, who did you... Oh, because you have Mahomes? You can't sit Mahomes, though. You just can't. You got to make a trade. If you own Josh Allen and Mahomes, you have to trade. You're going to be miserable all year. YouTube or Instagram, thank you for watching, man. I'm going to get on over to smitty1.com if you want to keep watching. Appreciate you. Share that to IG real quick. IG. Live fantasy football talk. Boom. Post that mug. Okay, Miller, Hunt, Kelly, or Kenny G. The safest pick for you is going to be Hunt at this point. We don't know what's going on with Kenny G. 305 of you. Oh, 371. I'm showing 305. It's hopping between 305 and 371. That's weird. Hit the thumbs up on your way in the door. How many thumbs up do we have? Let me check. Smitty, I think I made a bad move dropping Gallup for Judy. I don't know. You could argue either one of those. Don't even sweat that. But I like Gallup this week. I don't. It could end up being a mistake this week, but over the long term, I don't know. We got 150 thumbs up. I appreciate that. Keep punching it. We're at 5.25K subscribers here on the Fantasy Football Show. I want to hit 10K by the end of December. I want to walk into 2020 with 10K, and we're going to be growing. We're going to be insanely respected in the fantasy football world, and it's going to be because of all of you. So punch that thumbs up on your way in. Wipe your feet, as Double A says. Okay, I've been live for almost 2 hours, and we got a big morning tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is punch the outro music, and you know the drill. Super chatting restarts the music and makes it so the show doesn't end. That is the outro music. It only lasts about a minute, so super chat if you want to continue the show. Corey Davis, Mike, this is Speed Round. Smitty, would you sit Hill for Godwin? No, I wouldn't right now. Let Godwin get his, feet under him again, but Hill is probably a guy you don't sit anyway. Do another 24-hour chat, Smitty, haha. You mean live stream? Absolutely, at some point in the new studio, I will. What about Jeff Wilson? Don't start Jeff Wilson yet, but he could get a touchdown. He knows how to score. Hill or Godwin? I told you, Hill. You don't sit Hill. Cooks or D-Jax? I'm going Brandon Cooks right now. Melvin Gordon or Odell Beckham Jr. I'm going Melvin Gordon without Lindsey. Troy. Without Lindsey, you're going Melvin, I think. Washington, Browns, Rams, Cardinals, defensive pick. I'm going to go Cardinals. Go with my Arizona Cardinals. Cooper or DK? That's a tougher one. Cooper, DK. What the hell? How do you have that? Make a trade. I feel like I need to answer that. Like, that's ridiculous. It's like asking me a $100 bill or $250, bro. DK. Smitty, pick two. Galladay, A-Rob, Evans, Edelman. Probably A-Rob and Evans right now. Love the show. Thank you, Rico. Marvin Jones or Galladay. If Galladay's not on a snap count, you're going to go with Galladay. But we'll know more in the morning. That does it for me. Yo, Smitty, McKinnon, Montgomery, Hunt. I think you got to go Hunt. Nick says you have to start DK. Troy says, thank you so much. I subbed, liked, Have a blessed night. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yo, Smitty, McKinnon, Joe Mixon, David Johnson. I'm going to go Joe Mixon. And that's a good night from Noah. Thank you. Damn, no one super chatted. MCC, easy dub tomorrow, baby. I got to set all my lineups. I appreciate all of you. If you super chat on my way out, DM me on IG and I'll answer your question because I don't want you feeling like I left you hanging. So sometimes I hit end, and as it's wrapping up, I see that super chat come in. Did we get one? I don't think we did. Noah's screwing with me. Noah, I think you're screwing with me. Noah. Okay, later, people. Appreciate you. Thumb up on the way out and subscribe if you're new. And I appreciate all of you. Later. Good luck tomorrow morning. I'll see you tomorrow morning. For those of you new, I'm going to be live about 30 to 40 minutes before kickoff here on smitty1.com or thefantasyfootballshow.com. However you want to find me, it takes you right to this show either way. So right before, about 40 minutes before kickoff, make sure you join me here on smitty1.com. And for those of you that are exclusive members of my YouTube channel, which if you go to the main YouTube page, click join, you can become one. I send you a Zoom link where we do a private Zoom call with whoever's in that group about an hour and 10 minutes before kickoff.